Well, everything is content. That's what I'm always being told, and that's what I always preach to people. And no different right now. So I just got out of church just a few minutes ago. The family and I were sitting down to enjoy a nice lunch and got a phone call from the neighbor indicating that there is a cow loose in the front yard. So I figured, you know what? Let me get back to the house, figure out who it is, and that's going to be the first thing. I got to figure out who this cow is, because my herd currently is basically behind two fences. They have the electric fence they have to get through, and then the regular fencing to get into the front yard. And this is at my parents' house, by the way, so there's no pipe fencing or anything like that. So it's hard to say what they're getting into or if it's even mine. I don't know. But the reason why I wanted to do this video was because a lot of times, you know, when you watch certain shows, especially right now, Yellowstone is a huge hit in the Hollywood realm, if you will. And a lot of times when you watch that video or watch those shows, there's a misconception of what real ranch life is like. Now, to be completely transparent, I don't have a huge ranch. I don't have a massive amount of cows, but I have cows and I have bulls and I live on a ranch. And you don't have to have a lot to understand the reality of ranch life is hard. It's hard work, and it's work that continues day in and day out. It doesn't matter if it's Saturday or Sunday. It doesn't matter if you're prepared for it or not. Things happen. And so it's always about trying to find the best way to handle each situation as it comes along. And so right now, I'm heading home to figure out what is going on. And of course, I have to be safe. I have to drive cautiously. I have to make sure that I'm not overly excited as I'm getting into the closer proximity of the house, so that I make sure that I'm safe and make sure that I'm paying attention. That's when you start thinking about things too much and then you make mistakes, and it's how people get hurt. So I'm on my way. I told Monica and the kids I had plenty of offers to come with me, but I thought, you know what? I got me. I got Titus. I got the Lord. We're going to get this thing figured out. There's no sense in everybody's day being messed up. So I'm heading there now, and I want to see who it is. Number one, figure out if it is mine. Number two, and then number three, put it back where it belongs. So that's where we're going. We're heading back to the house. So let's see what we have when we get there. Okay, I just got to the house. I'm coming down my main road here, and doggone it, well, they're all displaced. Okay, well, I see who it is, which I'm glad it's this one, because this one's really easy to work. But I'm also noticing that the bull is not where he belongs either. So now I need to figure out where they came from and why they're not where they belong. So there's Miss Penny, and she does not belong here. And there's the bull back there along the fence line. And just beyond her, back there is her baby. So why are you out, young lady? Where'd your mama go? Okay. All right, so everybody's in there except for Miss Penny. It's funny, they get out on the outside of the fence line and then they moo, but they're the ones that put themselves in this situation. Kind of sounds like human behavior, doesn't it? We put ourselves in bad spots and then cry about it. All right, enough about life lessons. But anyway, so now I got to figure out how she got out. And the cool thing about cows, especially being that her baby is on the other side, just on the other side of this camera actually, she is going to figure out, or at least lead me back to where she got through. So that way I can let her do the work and show me exactly where she got out, because I'm not really seeing anything too obvious, but I'll head up and down the fence line here real quick and see if I can figure out how she got out. Thanks, Penny. Thanks for making me miss lunch. Appreciate it. So just walking down the fence line here, you can see everything is grown up pretty well. So it's really not inviting for them to try to push through. She belongs on the other side of this fence line, and I'm seeing grass through there, so I know she's got what she needs. I'm just not really sure why she popped out. Well, some pretty flowers. You know the old saying, stop and smell the roses. I know they're not roses, but those are some pretty flowers. All right, back at it. Everything looks good. So I've checked everything along the fence line. Everything looks good to me. The good thing about this cow is she's very well behaved, which is kind of ironic actually, because she's out of the fence. But I mean, I'm walking up and down the street. She doesn't care. She just wants to eat grass. She's content staying right where she is. Seeing the bull out like that just kind of makes me think whether or not she might be in heat. I'm sure if she was, he would have hopped over that fence by now. I mean, you can see she's just cleaning the ditch line. There's the bull. Everybody's content, except for they're not where they belong. I'm gonna continue down the fence line. The neighbor that called, he knows that she's there, so I'm sure they'll be cautious as they're driving down the road. It's hard to miss her anyway. It's broad daylight. So I'm just gonna go ahead and check the rest of the fence line around the pasture where she belongs before I try to move her and figure out if she damaged the fences or just pulled a full-on Houdini. That happens a lot, by the way. Houdini action. For those who are too young and don't know who Houdini is, he was a famous illusionist or magician or whatever you want to call him. But so, and that's what I mean. She just disappeared from where she belonged and reappeared where she didn't. Oh, stop. I got my encouragement bucket of cattle cubes, trying to get this old girl down the road. Yeah, you don't belong out here. Come on. Naughty, that's all I can say. Come on, let's go. I still don't know how she got out, but this is another good lesson to learn. If you have cattle, train them with cubes. Let them hear the bucket, let them, oh, good grief. Look at her, come on, no, get off. Come on. Okay. Train them with the bucket. That way you don't have to fight them. So you can see, I don't need the dog, I don't need the family out here helping me. I've trained her to follow the bucket. And don't just do it when you're trying to medicate them or if you need to put them into the chute. No. Oh, moves. That's right, spin move. Don't just do it when you got to put them in the chute. Make it a good experience. Sorry for the bad footage. This joker is like chasing me down. Good grief. So the safest thing I can do right now is I'm going to launch these cubes over the fence line. And that way I can open the gate. Hold on. Come on, Clementine. Come on. Or Penny, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Right here. Right here. Right here. There you go. Get your butt all the way in. Get your butt in. No, you have to get in. You have to get your butt all the way in. Penny, come on. Okay, let's try this again without getting kicked. Come on. Come on. Go in. Go in. Come on. Come on. Oh, jeez, whiz. Okay, let's try this again. What I was saying was, don't just feed them cubes when you have to treat them. Give them treats periodically so they're used to the sound of the bucket and that they know that it's safe when they come up to the bucket, that you're not just trying to trick them. So every now and again, not as treats like a dog or something like that, but just every now and again, I try to go out there, make sure that I'm around them, they hear my voice, they're used to the cattle cubes. That's the best way to train them right there. Cattle ranching is more than just a Monday to Friday job. You know, that's one of the things that Monica and I have noticed, that there's a lot of people that are starting to move out to the country. They're kind of getting back to the roots from their grandparents or great-grandparents. And there's more to ranch life, to farm life, than just what you see on TV. It's a tough job. There's a reason why there aren't that many cowboys left. There's a reason why there's not very many cattle ranches. There's a reason why there's not many farmers out there. You know, there's a t-shirt out there that says, if you've eaten today, thank a farmer. You know, to think about the amount of work that goes in every single day and not being able to take your eyes off of your herd, off your flock, your crops, whatever it may be, it's a tough job. So just take that in consideration. If you are looking to move, if you're looking to live off the land, if you're looking to learn the skills that our forefathers had at one point in time, I'm not discouraging you at all, but just understand that it's a lot of work. Don't go into it under the misconception that it's going to be like Yellowstone, or it's going to be like Longmire, it's going to be like those old cowboy movies where, you know, everything goes perfectly. It doesn't happen like that. The reality is that you can be at lunch with your family, waiting for your meal to be put in front of you, and then you get that call to tell you, hey, there's a cow in your front yard. And everything you do now revolves around them. You have to stop everything you're doing, get out here and deal with these animals so that they're safe. And that's the biggest thing. So while this video is over, my work is not done. I now need to walk the fence line again and verify exactly where these cows got out from back here and put them back where they belong. And oh, and by the way, I still got my bull I got to deal with and figure out how he got out. So then the other part of that is, now I have to figure out with all the cows, if they are indeed in heat, then I need to get them with the bull before fences are torn down. So you see, now the real work begins, because I have to use the old noodle and figure out exactly what's going on, how to correct it. So I'm going to continue on with the research and the searching and the figuring out, but I'm not going to bore you with making you watch the video. Not that you have to, because you can always fast forward it. I really appreciate you taking time to watch this video. Make sure you share it out, especially to people who want to know what real farm life is like, because this is the real deal. Anyway, we appreciate you. Who likes good viewership, good subscribers, and good friends? Farmers do.